I guess it's time for a brief history lesson with Morton Dude. Secondary school was a pretty rough experience to say the least. In school, I chose to study a load of topics in the media genre, stuff like graphic design, IT, photography, media studies. Our school actually decided to switch it to film studies, the media studies one particularly, as it was just in everyone's interest and what we were actually expecting when we took media studies. Like, I don't want to study newspapers, they're already misinformation enough and the pandemic is over, so I don't really need any toilet roll. Now, I studied a few films, including some from Guillermo del Toro. That Pan's Labyrinth, I think it was called. The one that has the creepy SCP looking dude in that eats a fairy. But one film drove me to the limit. As part of a final grade, we had to write an essay on a chosen film, and I chose Hot Fuzz. Well, specifically one scene, which happened to be the introduction to the third act conflict in the village. Oh, and because the school system is such a joke, the learning department of my school tried to get me to drop all of my chosen modules for a better grade in fucking PE. You know, that thing that will definitely get me a job. Fucking morons. Instead, I managed to tell them that logically, I had no shot at getting a good grade in something I have no interest in. So yeah, I somehow dropped PE to make space for working on my film stuff, and yeah, I got a C in film studies. You know, after they told me, the learning department said I would never get a C in film studies at this current rate, yeah, go fuck yourself. PE was a fail, by the way. They had this horrendous side thing about PE theory, which was just worse biology taught by a sweaty gym teacher. But given how much trauma school was and the years that followed, I never actually touched Hot Fuzz again. Like, Jesus, it's been a decade. Almost as if this film hurt me. Well, probably not. This thing is fantastic. Hot Fuzz is the second film in the Cornetto trilogy after Shaun of the Dead but before World's End. I've seen Shaun of the Dead plenty, but World's End, I haven't really touched it. I'll probably have a go at it at some point, just depends on my interest really. There's also Paul, which is like an American spin-off, featuring the actors from the trilogy. I can't remember it much though, but I remember enjoying it at least. But back to the topic at hand. Hot Fuzz takes place in the English countryside, where our police officer Nicholas Angel is moved to the village of Sanford. But there's something slightly off about the village. The film is an action comedy, and damn well does it get the comedy right in this film. Though, fair warning, the humour in this film is very British.
Crispity, crunchy, munchy, crackerjack, snacker, nibbler, snap and crack, pop, wester, pool chest.
Is this meme fucking dead yet? The film came into being as there weren't any cop films set in the UK. To be fair, who wants to watch a bunch of cardboard cutouts move around for like 2 hours? You'd might as well watch Galvatron's Revenge to get the same experience.
Am I dead yet?
So let's confront some school trauma and see how well this movie has held up. Angel had nothing to do with those drugs. So we get a full-blown Wikipedia biography on Angel. It's straight to the point, goes over everything we need to know about Angel and how much of a force of nature he is. All within 2 minutes. Also, the dude was stabbed by Santa Claus.
Christmas. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, Nicholas.
Hello, Sergeant.
How's the hand?
Still a bit stiff.
So basically, Angel is being moved to a sergeant's position in Gloucestershire. Because of how good Angel is, the higher-ups essentially moved him away because they were afraid he was going to put everyone out of the job. That's never happened in my country before. You can tell this is a comedy. Obviously, Angel isn't really thrilled, but the guy literally has no choice.
Do I have any choice in this?
No.
So it's off to the English countryside. Angel says his farewells to his ex, and this scene alone demonstrates how his entire life as a police officer rules him. Man has nothing but police going into that brain, all while being comical.
Janine, I've been transferred. I'm moving away for a while.
Well, I'm not Janine.
Janine, I've been transferred. I'm moving away for a while.
Well, this sucks.
Angel heads out into the village to try and chill out. However, his inner policeman,
Police officer.
officer, claws at him.
Fetch me their soul.
Excuse me.
What?
When's your birthday? When's your birthday? Out!
Basically any law breaking, and this man goes into enforcer mode.
Another cranberry juice?
I'm fine, thank you.
Right! I'm taking you to the station. Where is it?
I fucking love this film. Holy shit, he's literally rounding up everyone he can find. This man is the doomslayer of policemen.
My discount's a criminal. Catch me later! Who's gone?
So it turns out the drunk he arrested was also a police officer. If you're familiar with the Cornetto trilogy, Nick Frost is the second protagonist throughout these movies, and the same applies here. The dude essentially acts as a comedic foil to Simon Pegg's Angel, who we've already established to be as stern as it is when it gets to the law. Unlike in Shaun of the Dead, where the two were more on an equal level, just two guys going about their days while the zombie apocalypse happens. Here they are now on two different levels, and the actors excel at adapting to this. I love the tour the chief gives where the SWAT gear is webbed up due to zero use in the village. The tour also introduces us to more secondary characters and the neighbourhood watch.
They said you were good.
Also, because talking to them is an uphill struggle, innit, Dad?
They don't seem to like loiterers, though this isn't really a law break and it didn't trigger Angel to respond. Danny also keeps asking a lot of questions, as the so-called thrilling career of Angel is much like the movies this very film is inspired by, while not realising that being stabbed isn't exactly the most thrilling experience for Angel, as he describes it as the most painful experience he's had in life. You're going to notice none of the police present here are professional, as they've effectively been sitting around most of the day due to how quiet the town is. And there's a genuine reason why it's quiet. After work, Angel joins this social gathering and the Village of the Year competition is brought into the plot. I forget how British this movie can be. Only in England would these pensioners care about such things. Maybe a little too much. Because Angel's a lot less friendly towards the village, they do start taking the piss out of him.
Sergeant Angel?
Morning, the swans escaped.
The swans escaped.
Wait, what?
Ian Staker.
P.I. Staker. Yeah. Right. Piss taker. Come on!
Yes, Mr. Staker.
After failing to catch the one swan, though the shopkeep claims there are multiple, Angel tries to explain vigilance to Danny.
Okay, what about this guy? Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that?
He's fuck ugly.
What does that have to do with it?
No. He's got a point.
Angel gets curious about this large figure and heads to the local supermarket. That legit looks like a real market in this country. Something of note is that while Angel is talking with the manager who we saw earlier, he goes on a bit of a rant about this competitor when Angel points to the CCTV. When in reality, Angel was more concerned about the shoplifter and gives chase.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Super cop. Meet the cop that can't be stopped.
Morning, Sergeant.
You mothers.
Whoa, I'll give Danny some credit, he managed to keep up with Angel.
What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
So Angel finally gets the lad with a finely thrown paint can. But it turns out Skinner doesn't want to press charges. He explains that he doesn't want the crime statistic to go up, which would impact the village for obvious Village of the Year competition reasons. Angel does his usual rounds, explains the importance of the notebook, and plans to go home to water his peace lily. But instead they represent the station by going to the Romeo and Juliet play.
Here's to my love.
Poison!
I don't think that's how the play went. Now finally returning home, so the film just shifted gears. The actors are found decapitated in a road accident.
Guidelines state we no longer refer to these incidents as accidents, they're now collisions.
And Skinner is not even trying to hide his delight in the couple's demise.
A few moments later.
I only child I couldn't see the view anymore. Was he Mombo?
Mr. Webley, I trust you have a license for that firearm.
I does for this one.
Does for this one.
He does for this one.
What do you mean by this one?
By the power of Grayskull.
Holy shit, this dude is about to arm a small country. He even has this definitely dud sea mine.
Jump.
Later on, Angel starts warming up to Danny, and upon being asked why he's a police officer, he explains that he looked up to his uncle who bought him this paddle police car, and would go around arresting kids twice his size.
He sounds like a good bloke.
Actually, he was arrested for selling drugs to students.
What a cunt.
I think somebody needs to go home.
I'm not that drunk, sir.
Not you. Him.
After escorting a local drunk back home, the two head to Danny's and watch a load of cop films to try and help Angel relax.
By the power of Grayskull.
Point Break or Bad Boys 2?
Which one do you think I'll prefer?
No, I mean, which one do you want to watch first?
You are pulling my leg.
Meanwhile.
This is about to go off.
Another accident happens and Skinner is still skulking around. It's off to the fair as even more telling signs that Skinner is more than likely involved with the accidents and is eyeing the pressman who's been pestering Angel since he arrived. As Tim asks to speak privately, Angel is occupied with reading the names out for the fair, only to come too late to Tim, who...
Hello.
As Angel suggests that murder is afoot, him and Danny end up separating following a small argument, and Angel decides to take in all the evidence, going through all the papers that Tim was associated with. Angel returns to Danny as the two slowly go over all the deaths and how they relate. Despite Danny not following it too well and seeing them as accidents like everyone else, it turns out that it's also his birthday and Angel runs out to get him a gift, clearly trying to make amends with Danny. At the flower shop, he learns a lot as the flower lady is set to move and talks about the land.
You know that fella who blew up?
George Merchant.
Well, George Merchant got dressed and wanted to buy this land. So he sent round his legal fella, Martin Blower, got dressed him. And I thought I might take them up on it. I haven't really got that much family round here, save for cousin Sissy. So I thought I might take them up on the offer and move to Beaufort Abbey. Would you like a card with this?
No, sorry, you were talking about the offer.
Well, it turns out that Martin Blower got dressed and knew where the new bypass road is going, because he was knocking off Eve Draper from the council got dressed her. And then that reporter got dressed him finds out about the route and tells me this land is very valuable, 10 times what George Merchant and Martin Blower got dressed and offered me. So with them having passed on, I decided to sell it on myself to some folks from the city that Martin, George and Eve got dressed a lot of them have been talking to. Apparently they want to build a big shopping centre or something. Of course, cousin Sissy won't be too happy about that. As far as I'm concerned, cousin Sissy can go and fuck.
Would you just excuse me for just 1 second?
Chase ensues, but this dude is surprisingly quick, though during the chase he cuts himself. Yet everyone thinks it's an accident.
Leslie Tiller was fucking murdered!
Maybe it was our old friend the cactus thief.
Oh, yeah, he was a prickly customer, wasn't he?
Am I going completely mad?
But, sir, I'm certain. And what's more, I know who did it.
He then brings the entire station to explain his accusation against Skinner, going into detail how Skinner was threatened by the potential of a large competitor. For comedic effect, let's say Aldi. Skinner started killing all those involved with the land and tied up a loose end with Tim, who knew about it as well. And Skinner was only able to escape Angel because he was an expert fun runner. However, there is a slight problem. The runner sustained an injury, but Skinner has no such wounds. Angel reviews CCTV, which clears Skinner, and Angel is just more pissed off. Angel enters a bit of a depression and just gazes on.
No luck catching them killers then?
It's just the one killer, actually.
No luck catching them killers then?
It's just the one killer,
No
actually.
luck catching them killers then?
It's just the one killer,
No
actually.
luck catching them killers then?
It's just the one killer, actually. So, Mara, you got brain freeze?
No, I got brainwave.
Get us back to the station, now!
Angel now believes there is more than one, but the chief insists he sleeps on it, only to be ambushed back at his hotel room.
Monkey. Hey, Biggin. Playtime's over.
Is everything okay?
Yarp.
He's not gonna get back up again.
Narp.
Good. Proceed to the castle.
God! What happened to your peace lily?
After Danny appears, Angel makes his way to the castle following the radio off his assailant to find a call. A pensioner's British cult.
Again, Janet Barker has decided to call her boys Roger and Martin. And the christening will be a week on Saturday, and we're all invited.
Hey, they may murder people, but they gotta keep on the news at all times. When confronted, they basically open up about why they killed the people, from being shit actors and having affairs. Like, they also justified murdering this lass because of a laugh.
No way. And George Merchant? He had an awful house.
And murdering Tim because of his many spelling errors and getting information wrong.
Tim Messenger's tenure as editor of the Sanford Citizen has been unbearable.
Our once great paper had become riddled with tabloid journalism.
He listed her age as 55.
When actually I'm 53.
53.
Though Leslie, the flower lady, was offed because they wouldn't allow her talents to aid another village to beat them in the competition.
If we can't have her, no one can.
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it!
It all gets worse as the chief himself appears, explaining how his wife loved the competition. Because of the rampant teens, dog shit and crusty jumpers.
Crusty jugglers.
Or jugglers. The chief's wife drove into a gorge and the chief vowed to keep Sanford the best village for the Best Village Award. All of this for a competition. Truly a British moment. With Angel outnumbered and even Danny involved in their little cult, he legs it, running into a burial of all these people who've caused Sanford issues.
Gypsy scum. Travellers. Thieving kids. A great big bushy beard.
If we don't come down...
Holy shit, they got the living statue! Danny then fatally stabs Angel and plans to take him away for burial.
Ta-da! What are you doing?
Actually, he saves Angel and tells him to leave Sanford, though Angel... It's that fucking Angle.
Want an angle?
Angel is then forced to, basically, because he has no other choice, and then he takes Danny's car. At the petrol station, Angel decides fuck it and returns to Sanford, prepared to take on an entire village of pensioners.
Another beautiful day in God's country. Danny? It's... Mom!
Just walk in and arrest the whole village.
Not exactly.
The guy even walks in and claims all of the guns from the evidence locker and somehow now has a horse.
Oh, Sergeant Angel, someone from London called for you. I'll tell him you'll ring him back. Well, that's funny. What's that? I didn't know we had a mounted division. Nobody tells me nothing.
Dude is looking like a true angel, those shotgun wings and everything.
Morning.
This jumps into a fantastic shootout with Danny joining Angel's side as they take on armed old people. What I love is that comedy is still the focus here. Like this sniper who runs the shop is beaten as a horde of kids run into the store, setting off her alarm and overwhelming her. Or when this lady is dual wielding pistols on a bicycle.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fascist!
Hag.
Once the pub is crashed, the police show up, but Angel and Danny convince them how messed up the chief has made Sanford, and they join his side.
Alright, he's got some there now.
He says he reckons you got some in there.
Are you? He isn't even from round here! Maybe it's time to give it up, sir. You incompetent flatfoot!
As the chief escapes, they head to the local summer field to give chase, while also battling chefs with a fuckload of cutlery and this big bastard.
It's all right, Andy! It's just what it needs!
After having a full standoff at the local Tesco's, we race towards the finale of this conflict.
I'll drive! Shotgun! Punch that shit!
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig, Aren't you interrupting the story at the most suspenseful part? Well, the answer is yes, Sally. Yes, I am. Keep those cards and letters coming.
Yo, what's up?
Skinner and Angel get into a fist fight which results in this when Skinner makes one last move. I finally learned the name of the chief, so Frank then has Danny hostage, though he breaks free and does a movie homage. And thus the town is free. Also, it turns out that removing the top cop in London made the crime spike, but Angel declines to go back, enjoying his country life in Sanford. And all is normal. Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, God, no.
Hope these are okay.
Yeah. They're lovely.
And the film comes to a badass close. Hot Fuzz is a brilliant movie. It manages to balance action and comedy flawlessly. The jokes are timed well, they don't overdo them, and it's all got that charming British vibe. Not to mention how well everything is set up, and how the film just dives from a stern policeman to a badass action hero film in the third act. There's no stalling around, everything in terms of pacing is perfection, and the film still holds up surprisingly after 2 decades. And this film was important to me. It technically is the first film I've reviewed, even if it was just that one scene where Angel strolls into town, you know, the one on the horse. So yeah, go watch it. Like seriously, go now. This is the end of the video. I couldn't think of anything better to end it with.
Swan!